Have a nice day, everyone. I will continue the series EASA modules make simple. The module number 15. This the submodule number 8, bearing and seals. Please stop the video and read this information. Now, this is today, 4 February 2024. My photo, my channel, 3 items I hope to comply. This is our subject today, the bearings and seals in the engine. You must go to your aircraft maintenance manual at chapter 79, which is called oil. The function of the bearings, the main bearings function, is supporting the main engine rotor, the object which rotate, compressor and turbine. They are rotated. About the number of bearings necessary for proper engine support is determined by the length, weight, and spools. How many spools? 1 spool or 2 spools of the engine rotor. The types of the bearings which used in the engine, ball bearing and roller bearing, which are anti-friction bearings. The ball bearings function, thrust, and radial loads. But the roller bearings, its function, radial load only. Look here. The aircraft technical logbook page. This for each pre-departure check. You must measure the quantity in the oil tank to be added or satisfied. Here the engine, port, starport, and APU, the quantity at arrival of the trip or flight, the uplift here. This is the meaning of uplift. This gives you what about the oil consumption in the engine. There is limit here. If the added quantity of oil is over limit, you must make troubleshooting. Look here, the quantity here in pints. What about pints as a quantity? Look here, if I split 1 gallon equal 4 quarts, also equal 8 pints or 16 cups. This is the important here. So the pint is half quarter. And the manual told you about the limitation of how many pints you added to the engine. So this is the oil consumption. Look here. This is the engine. And here is sums. How many sums? According to the engine type. What is the function of the sum? The sum contains bearings and gears to lubricate these components. Here at the oil, at the 79 oil tank, here is oil tank. Other components here, the oil pump to supply the oil to the sumps here. The bearing and the sumps here. The bearing and the sump. Look here. The oil comes and return and vents, okay, to lubricate the bearings, the seals to save or to decrease the leaking of oil. Here the main bearings, such as GE here. Look here, the bearings has numbers, number 1, number 2, number 3, here number 4, and number 5. The bearings here, look here, sum, B sum, C sum here, A sum. All these bearings in the A sum. So you knew now the sum is contained the bearing and gears. Look here. This is the outer shaft and this is the inner shaft. Look here the bearings. This is the inner and this is the outer. So this is here 2 spools. Here is the type of bearings, the roller bearing. Look here, roller. This is roller. Okay, radial loads only. The other type, the ball bearings here. This is ball. This is ball bearing, ball. Okay. The location, as we spoke before, the fan major module, number 1 bearing, number 2, number 3. The low pressure turbine shaft, aft end is supported by the number 5 bearings. The high pressure compressor needs support through the number 4 and the shaft mid-length bearing. This is in some engines. Okay? I am waiting your comments and your suggestions. Thank you very much and goodbye.